Hello, everybody, and welcome to your daily lighting critique. We have two images to review today. We have Ruby and Cameron's. Ruby, you are with us here live, so let's go ahead and talk you through it a little bit after that false start we just had. Okay, so Ruby, we've got your updated version and your previous version. Do you want to talk about what's changed, what's updated, what you're working on?
Yeah, so for this new one, I'm still trying to figure out a way to kind of fix the flowers to make it like more, I don't know, like I still see a lot of shadows and stuff, like getting to in the gray tones. And I know we talked about having those like a darker color of the same flower. So I'm still trying to figure out a way to do that. But in this version, I made the overall image a little bit brighter, and I went on the orange tones that we talked about last time, I think. I don't know if I went too far on the orange, and I also added the shadow under the veil, like over the head, and I think the specular hit on her cheek and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what I did. I also tried to do the specular highlights on the wall, but I don't know if they're like really noticeable or not at this point.
Well, it
I
depends.
don't
Yeah.
know. What do you think?
I think they're not. I think they're not totally like they're not like obvious. And it might just be like it looks like a concrete wall, so there may not be that much specularity to be had there. So first off, I think your flowers overall look a lot better. I think those are coming along really nicely. And like yeah, there are a couple points when these kind of red and yellow flowers look really great in the sunlight, but then once they get back here in the shadow, they get a little bit dark in some spots. But like overall, like if I sit back and kind of take in the flowers overall, there's a really nice feel to them because when you're dealing with an object in mass like this, like lots and lots and little ones, they kind of start to take on like a larger organism type of a feeling to them, and that they're like kind of bigger overall. So I think where they're at overall is in a really good place. It's like you said, just kind of pinpointing those individual areas. Her garments still look great. I like that shadow underneath her veil. I think it's too green. If we could take some of the green out, I think that would work. In terms of the lighting on her, I do think we've probably gone a little bit too far with the orange on her. I think it looks a lot better in the environment, but on her it feels a little bit like it now feels like a little bit oversaturated, and like her skin feels a little bit cranked in the saturation. So I would take that back. I also feel like there's more opportunities potentially for subsurface on her skin tones. Like I'm thinking like in the nostrils here. So, she's getting hit pretty broadly with bright sunlight. I would expect to see some more of like the red, like just like red under her skin tone a little bit more. Like and then
Okay.
like in areas like right here too. The specularity on the side of her cheek is good. I would almost try and make that it's a little bit neutral right now. I'm trying to think if I'd go cooler or warmer with it. Probably cooler and see how that works. And then just see if because that's like a reflection of like the kind of cool tones in the side over here. But we'll see if you don't like it, maybe try a warmer color too. That might work too with her actual skin tone.
Okay.
The other thing I was thinking was that I think, because we've got this kind of spotlight on her, I almost feel like it's too broad. Like I feel like it's kind of picking up too much of the foreground here. Like I almost feel like it could be a little bit tighter, especially like down in here, and really kind of focus back there on the character. And then, yeah, I almost feel like I'm looking at the back wall. Well, the specular, you know what? I do see the specularity up in there a little bit. That is nice. I'm just thinking like, it's hard because it's like the foreground is so much in sun and the background is so much in shadow that there feels like there's a disconnect between them a little bit. And I almost wonder if we shouldn't put some semblance of like our, like the shadow from an awning or something overhead, like like just some like a couple streaks of sunlight back there, just to kind of tie them together a little bit more. And I do think that like having it behind her be dark is good, but like maybe like here and over there, just like a couple shards of light or something, to try and tie that sunlight as it reaching back there in some way. But the rest of her is like everything else. I mean, it's looking really good. Like again, like you've nailed the garments from the get go. Like they look great from the beginning, and yeah, I think she's looking really great. Do you guys, Austin, Jordan, do you have any thoughts on this before we move on? Yeah,
I love the colorfulness of it. I think that really like, especially like the flowers, they all feel like very vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just think I really like that. I think I want to feel like a little bit more like focus drawn towards the character. Like I think if there was maybe like some form of a gobo that helps put some of the areas of the flowers in shadow, and have it kind of focused near the character, I think that'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah.
It is tough with the because like it's so like I can even see my face in the like in my screen, like it's colorful, and like when you stare at it for too long you kind of forget that because it's like you get a little desensitized to it, but it's really cool. Yeah, it's really beautiful. All right,
Hello.
Hello, Kamran. Oh, perfect timing. We were just about to hop over into yours. It's like you were watching us somewhere else.
No, I'm just lucky, I guess.
Yeah, you're good. You nailed it, man. All right, cool. Well, all right, great. Okay, so here's the previous one. Yeah, thank you, Ruby. That was awesome. All right, cool. So we've got the update and versus the previous.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think, just out of curiosity, what's this behind his head that changed?
That was the character.
Right. Cool. So I think the eyes. I personally, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think the eyes look better. They.
I like it more. Yeah.
But you were smart to like match the reference in at first, and then kind of looking at it, I was like, actually, I'm gonna pull in the reference one more time. Just grab that real quick. All right. Yeah, I think you're really nailing the look of it and the feel of it overall. I think that you've got this top-down light. It's interesting. The light on this character feels like a little bit more like it's moving across this way, where this one feels, and it might just be the shader on the skin, but it feels like that spot. It feels a little bit more circular, and I think it's because this spot is a little bit brighter, like right on the whatever that part of his cheek is called. So it almost feels like maybe subtly just toning that down just a touch, especially in like the direct light if you have the AOVs broken out, and then just slightly brightening it up in here, like right around it, because it's almost like we almost want to draw it up more towards his eye, and just like I keep looking right here because that's a little bit brighter than everything else.
Yeah, I see.
Let's see. The hair looks better overall. I like this value here. I think that this in the middle is too broad. I would actually just take that down. I almost want to use his dark hair as like a framing element around him. Like I think this actually frames up his face a little bit better because you just don't, because it's just like right on the edge of the frame. So you just kind of want to keep it dark with like a real subtle bit of specular, and then that way we can keep our eyes down here. His eye, like I said, we said his eyes look a lot better. I think the whites of his eyes feel a little bit. I think they feel a little bit cool in tone. I think it actually works okay on this side because I want the eyes to be different on the key side versus the fill side. I think it looks better over here. I think this looks right. And like this eye, just the eye white might be a touch too bright. But over here on this side, let's warm up that eye white a little bit. And then the eye dings, I would make this one on this side a little bit brighter and warmer than this one. Make that one a little bit, like tone it down a little bit and make it a little bluer, and then soften it just a touch more. You want them to be like, it's, you know, like not super different, but enough to, because they're on the different sides of the face. And just watch out for where the glasses are making contact with his face here is creating a very dark shadow.
Yeah, they are penetrating his skin, I guess.
Well,
I was trying to add some ambient occlusion to make it feel like it's close. You know, I felt that I don't have some shadows around around the frame of his glass.
I think it might just be a matter like that might just be like a Photoshop, just touch it up a little bit. Because it's one of those like you can chase after it for a while and reposition them, but yeah. And I like the reflection. The amount of reflection you have in the eye, I think, is really good. On the eye glasses is really good. And then just from working with him, just watch out for the specularity on his clothing. It can get weird. It can get really bright. Like I'm looking at his tie.
Yeah, I'll look.
Yeah, just break it out of the AOV and just take it down. It's an odd shader on it if you're using the render man. Although I thought you said you switched to Arnold, right?
No, I switched to Redshift.
Redshift, that's what it was. Yeah.
But I rendered eyes in RenderMan.
Yeah, the hair probably too, right?
No, hair.
Oh, you did the hair? Oh, cool. That came over.
Yeah.
I didn't know that would make it over.
Yeah, he helped me, you know, I didn't know where to tuck the shader and he showed me how to do that.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I would have just been like, nah, it doesn't work. Let's just render it somewhere else. That was pretty good. All right, cool. Does anybody else, Ruby, Austin, Jordan, anybody else have any thoughts on this? I love that, like the mood and everything overall is really good. This might be a little bit saturated still. Might just take just on his hair because it almost makes his hair look orange. Just pull the saturation down a little bit there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, everybody, that is it for today.
Thanks.
Thank you, and thank you, Ruby, and thank you, Cameron, for posting your work. I know it takes a little bit of bravery to do that, and it's cool, and I appreciate it. You guys are both well on your way to having some really cool demo reel. See, there we go, Ruby. Now it's like a good pop of saturation. Now that we've been looking at the kind of the more subtle toned down one, for a little bit, it's like boom. All right, cool. Be good, everybody. I posted the schedule, so tomorrow written critiques. Get your stuff posted by 2 p.m. Eastern, and then same time Friday for the video critique. And I will see you all then. All right, be good, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.